Hello and welcome to this episode of Joy's World, the podcast. Ooh, that was a bit annoying, sorry, but I like that. Guys, okay, so basically, right, I'm just going to start off with this. It's Black History Month, and I am not the smartest person in the world. I don't know if you've realised, okay? But last year I remember contacting my child's school and asking them what they was doing for Black History Month, and I got an email back basically saying that they was doing something small. And I remember at the time it being like a kind of, I wouldn't say not a headache, but I wasn't pleased with their response basically. But I was like, do you know what I find, yeah? It's like, I'm just so tired of fighting. I'm tired of fighting white people. I'm tired of just fighting. I'm really tired of and I don't know if anyone else feels like this, but when you're black and you speak about black things, a lot of the time where it's like, oh, roll your eyes, here we go again. And I'm just so tired. And then this year, I'm just I don't even know if I have the energy to argue. I don't know if I'm letting this come across in the right way. I don't know if but what I'm saying is, yeah, I want them to do more and I should tell them to do more. But I don't know if I have the energy to fight for it, to keep going. It's the back and forths. And you know what it is as well? It's when people actually don't give a fuck. They actually don't care. They actually don't care. They really don't care. So I feel is there a point of fighting with people that actually don't give a fuck? But then I'm yeah, but then Joy, if you have that attitude, and we wouldn't get anywhere with anything, which is true. But I just don't know if I have the capacity to be doing that. It's really long. But yeah, I've emailed, so I hope that they do something. And I'm not you know what, and this is another thing, I don't want beef with my child's school. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying this about school, but I don't want beef with them, because you don't want your child to be victimised. And I feel that's the problem as well. It's I feel if I speak too much or say too much, then it's gonna jeopardise her experience there. It's really stressful, honestly. You don't have kids, man. It's really stressful, because it's you're not just fighting for yourself, you're fighting for them as well. Also, I know, I'm aware, because I've been seeing it on TikTok and Instagram, that it's is it Blind Awareness Month or something like that? Visually Impaired Awareness Month, something like that, I don't know. But before I can celebrate that, I have to celebrate Black History Month, sorry. Because before I'm visually impaired, I'm black, innit? So I mean, people can say maybe you can celebrate both. I don't have energy to celebrate two things, I'm stupid. I cannot do this thing. So I will continue to see October as Black History Month in the UK anyway. I think in America y'all celebrate it in is it February? I think it's February. But yeah, I just can't be arsed. I really can't be arsed. And maybe that makes me a bad person. I don't know. But yeah, no, it's stressing me out though. I'm just I just hate everything. I just want to move to Africa. No, I'm joking. I don't, but I could. I might, maybe one day. You never know. But yeah, I just really wanted to get that off my chest, because it's really annoying me. But yeah, I don't know. I know some people are strong and they've got all the mouth in the world and they know all the right words to say and they know how to get what they want and they got a fighting spirit. But sometimes I don't. I'm sorry, I don't have a fighting spirit. Sometimes I'm just a pussy. Sometimes I'm just a pussy. But anyways, speaking of pussies, I'm going to tell you about a guy, and we're going to call him Duct Tape. You know why? Because that's the first thing that I've seen in front of me, Duct Tape. So this piece of shit called Duct Tape, right, pretended he was all nice and, oh, I've had a hard life. The world's so horrible to me. And then, okay, so this is what had happened was, I kind of like friend zoned him because he was a bit younger than me, only like 2 years, but still a bit younger. He was studying. I am like not studying. Do you know what I mean? I need a husband like in like 3 years. I need a husband. I need another baby. I don't have time, do you know what I mean, to be with someone who's studying. So to be fair, I wanted to give him a chance because I'm a nice person. But then after a while, I was like, no, this ain't, the maths ain't mathing. You're at a different stage in your life. I'm in a different stage of life. Anyway, so friends zoned him. He was like, yeah, it's cool. Then next thing you know, our messages got less and less and less. And then when I confronted him about it, he was basically trying to blame me and be like, oh, you don't talk to me. I'm like, okay, first of all, what you need to do is calm the fuck down because I don't know who you think you're talking to. Okay. And yeah, he just really changed. Like the side I've been seeing of him for months, yeah, was not how he was. And I understand, like, maybe you're a bit butthurt because I friend zoned you, but that, you know, like there was like, it was just really weird. Like there was no need to switch on me like that. Like there was absolutely no need. But anyways, like I just, you see me, I don't back down. So if you're pissing me off, I'll tell you you're pissing me off, yeah. So I just called him out. Like, if I see your bullshit and I call you out on it, don't get upset, innit? So anyways, he didn't like that. I called him out. He ended up blocking me. Rude, first of all. But that's okay, because I blocked you back. So don't come back to me in a few weeks or a few months' time. Because these men, they always come back. You know what I mean? They always come back. Shout out to D, because D always says to me, Joy, they always come back. And they do. They do. But I just want to say to Duct Tape, yeah, because you are a fan. You're a fan, so you probably will listen to this. And you know exactly who I'm talking about, you dickhead. Yeah? All I've got to say is, this is exactly the reason I friend-zoned you, because you're immature. Very immature behaviour that's going on here, right now. Right here, right now. Okay? So you focus on your studies and fuck off. Okay, good night, Vienna. That's it. That's all I've got to say about that piece of shit. And he was shit. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. So obviously I did mention in my last episode with Sideman that I left my job. And I think I mentioned it a few episodes ago as well, but I'm jobless. No, what was it my sister said? I'm in between work at the moment. And I'm just like, I'm enjoying relaxing, but then I'm like, don't get bored. Do you know what I mean? Also, I need to get on my fucking cross trainer because I bought this fucking cross trainer. I've been on it, but I could go on it more is what I'm trying to say, innit? Also, I feel like I need to start drinking green tea a bit more. Because green tea is good for you, innit? Also, I know this is really, really... This is very weird, but I'm just going to put it out there because I feel like if I'm like this, maybe someone listening feels the same. So basically, I really cannot be asked to sit down on the toilet and take the time to poo. Now, I know that might be TMI, but seriously, like, pooing is really annoying. Like... And maybe I'm not eating the right things or I'm not drinking enough water or I don't know what's going on. But sometimes, it's not all the time, not every time I poo. But you know, sometimes when you have to like push it out, yeah? First of all, it hurts your bumhole. And second of all, it's just long. Like I don't have the patience. Like, you know, with a wee, yeah? You just sit down, wee, wipe, wash your hands and go. Or sorry, flush the toilet. Let's calm down. Yeah, flush the toilet. Wash your hands and go. But with a poo, yeah? Sometimes like a little bit comes out, but then you know, like when your stomach feels like I'm not finished. I really don't know why I'm talking about my poo. This podcast has gone absolutely down the toilet. It's gone down the toilet, literally. We've gone down the toilet. No, but do you know what? Like, it's been really bothering me for the past few weeks, and I'm like, nah, I cannot be the only person in the world that like gets annoyed when they need to poo, because I'm like, it doesn't just flow out. I really You can't believe I'm putting this out there into the universe. But it's true. It doesn't fly. And then I know that I'm going to get messages going, oh, Joy, you need to eat the right things, or da-da-da. Bruv, I'm eating the right things, yeah. I am-ish. Now, I'm not... Has anyone ever had Slimmer tea? It's like a Chinese tea. It makes you shit, right? I don't like to take that because it gives me cramps. Like, it really hurts when you poo then. And it's like forcing it out. I don't really want to take laxatives. It's like the poo's there, but it's just... I can't... It's there, but it just takes a long time to come out sometimes. And then, you know, like some men, they like smoke a spliff on the toilet, innit? Like when they're doing a poo. You've got time. I don't have time. I just can't be asked. Like, I hate sitting there. And then someone said to me, oh, take your phone and sit on the toilet and watch something. And I'm like, yeah, but still, like, it just annoys me. Like, I can't be asked. I just can't be asked to poo. I can't be asked to poo, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And I know that there's some fucking health guru out there that's going to come and tell me, Joy, you know, you need to eat this and this and then it'll make you poo. But currently the situation is the poo's coming, but it just takes long. And I don't want to sit there for like 20 minutes trying to have a poo. I just want to do a quick wee and go. Do you know what I mean? I just can't be asked. It's so annoying. And I know that there's someone sitting there right now listening to this going, yes, girl, I feel you. And also, I don't like my bum being dirty. Like, as soon as I do a little poo, I have to wipe it. And then I feel like it's because I'm wiping it, then it's like the other ones don't want to come out. Because they're like, you're just going to wipe us away. No, God, I'm actually being 100% serious. It really annoys me. And also, speaking of the toilet, yeah, like I always forget to wee, and I feel like I need to wee more. I need to drink more water, and I do drink water, but just not as much as I probably should. But I need to like wee more often because sometimes I just wait till the last minute, and I know that's not good for your bladder. Blah 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 blah. Like, please don't tell me things I already know. Do you know what I mean? Because I hate when people do that. They give you advice on things you already know. I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, if I ask for your advice, then thank you. But if I didn't ask for it, like, I know it's not good for you. Okay, whatever. Also, who does Kegels? Because I don't. I'm trying to do them now, but I think I've done them in the past, definitely, but I just feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Like, what are you doing? Squeeze your vagina, let it out. Squeeze your vagina, let it out. Squeeze your vagina, let it out. Come on, Kegels. Come on. But it just feels like you're... I don't know. I really don't know. Also, on Clubhouse today, there was a conversation going on about catcalling. And there was some guys in the room, and there was like me and another girl, and then a few guys in there, and basically us two girls single-handedly was trying to defend I think the government are saying that they want to make catcalling illegal, and we was basically saying, yeah, good, and the guys were like, yeah, but they're just gonna like pin it on black men, and I was like, really? Like, really? Like, it was really pissing me off. Like, it was pissing off the other girl. Because, like, I felt like they were not understanding that catcalling is, A, not nice, and B, is to protect women. And why would you not want to protect women? And they were like, yeah, but, you know, some girls like to be catcalled. Okay, whatever. First of all, I would love to know what girls there speak can do that have said, yeah, I like to be catcalled. And then they was basically trying to defend it. And then I was like, catcalling and approaching a woman is two very different things. Okay, thank you very much. And then the guy was like, but what if you've got a man that doesn't know any better? I was like, well, then he better learn. It's not rocket science. Do you know what I mean? Like, catcalling is not the same as going up to a girl and being like, oh, hi, you're beautiful, can I get your number? That's not catcalling. That's not what it is. I told them all to look on Google. You know Google? Look for the definition of catcalling, okay? It's not that. So unless you're doing that, I don't understand why you're upset about this. I don't really get it. But yeah, just thought I'd just add that in because it was really pissing me off. Like, it was too early in the morning. It was way too early in the morning for that nonsense. But yeah, catcalling should be banned and I don't give a fuck. to be honest with you. I don't give a fuck about you. Oh, I remember that song. I need to listen to some Big Sean. I don't fuck with you. You little stupid ass bitch. I ain't fucking with you. Anyways, I'm going to stop doing that now. I'm really sorry. So guys, can I just say, I'm just going to let you in on a little secret. I did record this podcast in 2 parts. So I recorded the first bit like a few days ago, and then like obviously I was talking about my poo, but I then listened to the receipts and they spoke about poo, and I was like, oh shit, like everyone's going to think I copied them, but I actually recorded it like a few days ago, and I was like, But anyways, I just thought I'd put that out there. But receipts, girls, not that they listen to my podcast, but I love you, and I definitely am not copying you, but I genuinely, it just shows, oh my God, I can't speak. It just shows how in sync we really are. Oh my God. But yeah, so I put a post on my Instagram about, on my IGTV about my travel anxiety, and I've spoken about it before on my podcast, but I went to the job centre today because I'm jobless. I'm jobless. No, I'm not jobless. I'm self-employed, yeah. And it was just a terrible experience. I've just come back, and I'm going to update my Instagram, but I thought I'd talk about it on the podcast as well, because not everyone follows me. Why are you not following me on Instagram? It's quite rude, isn't it? But if you are following me on Instagram, thank you, love you. Mwah. But yeah, like it was just very like awkward, and I honestly hated it. Like I get quite emotional, and I think it's gonna be the time of the month. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I say I'm emotional, I'm like, it's the time of the month, but it genuinely is gonna be soon. I can tell because I'm craving chocolate. But yeah, like it was very awkward, and I was worried at the beginning because I'd never been to this job centre before, so I was worried about where the cab could stop. Is there going to be someone to stop outside? Is the cab driver going to be helpful? Blah, blah, blah. Luckily, I got a com cab, and so he was like very helpful, and he guided me to the door. I was a bit early, so I had to wait outside. Imagine me, just standing outside the job centre. Fun for like 20 minutes. Fun, exciting. I'm like the poster child for jobless. I know that not everyone that goes to the job centre is jobless. Like, relax, guys. Calm down, everyone. Relax. Calm down your titties. But yeah, so I was waiting outside. I called my good girl Courtney. Shout out to Courtney. Because when we get in these awkward situations, we call each other. This is what we do. Like when we're waiting for stuff, we call each other. That's exactly what we do. So I called her. I was having a chat with her. And then, like, a security guard came out to me and was like, do you have an appointment here? No, I'm just standing here because I like the scenery. Yeah, I have an appointment at 9:15. Anyway, so okay, well, we don't open till 9. Gathered that. That's why the doors are shut. So I'm just going to wait here. Thank you. So I waited. And then, like, other people started to come. And there was one person that came and stood in front of me. And I'm thinking, bruv, don't act like you did not see me with your 2 big eyes. I saw you with my 1 measly 10% vision stand in front of me. Don't try and move your ass claps, yeah? And then when they finally opened the doors, the security guard was told her to move. Anyway, so I walk in, yeah, and I'm just standing like a fat lemon because obviously I didn't know where left, right, centre, where am I going? Then the security guard comes and he's like, oh, like, what's your name? Whatever. I told him my name. It's Beyonce. Imagine, I should have said that in it. So I told him my name and everything, and it was just very awkward. You know, like when people act like they've never seen a blind person before, like it was very hella awkward. He didn't guide me. He was just walking. I was just like, he was like, if you want to take a seat over there. Oh, sorry, over where? Over where? Where's where? Where? Where's the chairs? Can't see them. I can't see them. I can't see the chair. Sorry, I don't know why I'm shouting, but it was just very awkward. So like I sat down now, and basically I'm just gonna tell you what happened, and I'll tell you what I did about it. So I finally like just sat down, I was waiting, and then I could hear them on the walkie-talkie, like blah 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 to blah blah blah. You receiving? Yeah. Can blah. I can't remember the job coach's name, but whatever. We're just gonna call him. What are we going to call him? We're going to call him phone cover, because that's the first thing I've seen. Yay. So, phone cover, could you come downstairs for your 9:15? Well, no, actually, he was like, yeah, you need to come downstairs for your 9:15 because they can't come up. Sorry, did you ask me if I can't come up? Did you ask me? Because all it would have taken, is that the right word? Taken? Yeah. All it would have taken was like someone to guide me up the stairs. Like, I know my legs are a bit fat, but they can walk. I can walk up the stairs. It was no problem. They probably have lift as well. But it's like the lack of A, asking, and B, wanting to provide assistance. I feel like that's what it was. Maybe I'm just being sensitive. I don't know. And I don't think that they were trying to be like insensitive, but I think like rather that they could, what they should have done is just ask me like, are you okay to go upstairs? Do you want someone to guide you? There was plenty stuff, plenty stuff, and I was just sitting there thinking like, oh my god, this is so awkward. Like, shout out to you if you have to go to the job centre, because it's so awkward. I just felt like, oh my god. So then the job coach comes down. And then I can hear them talking about me because I heard my name. And I was like, yeah, she's over there. So then I was like, do you want, like, your job coach is down, blah, blah. And then I was like, could you walk in front of me so I could follow you? And then they was walking on the wrong side. They was walking on my right. And I was like, oh, could you walk on the left, please? Because then I could follow them. If they're walking on my right-hand side, I can't follow them because I can't see out that eye. It's easier to do it on the left and, like, just walk a bit in front of me, be slowly, innit? So anyways, spoke to my job coach. He was fine. To be fair, he was all right. He was good. He was just at a desk, so he didn't have to do any guiding. Someone else guided me to him. But when I got there, he said hello, so I knew that he was there. And then he asked me whatever he needed to ask me. And it was funny because actually one of the things he said was like, oh, you don't have to work. He was like, you don't have to work, but you can if you want to. I was like, okay. He was like, yeah, I don't know. But I think basically because of my disability, I don't have to work. That's what he told me. I don't have to work. So I'm like, okay, but I'm gonna work anyway. Thank you. So yeah, we did that. And then when he was finished, I was like, oh, excuse me. Is there a manager around? And he was like, oh yeah, is there a problem? Like the way he got worried. I was like, yeah, I just have some like staff feedback. And I was like, it's not about you, don't worry. And then he was like, oh, I don't see them at the moment. I was like, well, could you go and ask? Like, he was best sitting there, like, go and ask someone then. And then he was like, oh, okay. Then he got up, we walked over to someone else who was already at the front. Like, she was one of the women that was at the front. And they were standing there, and ahhing, like, she wants to see a manager. She's like, oh, well, I'm deputy. I didn't ask to see deputy. I asked to see manager. Don't try to fob me off today. And also, you want to talk to me in the foyer where all the staff were. Like, who's doing that, bruv? I was like, oh, could I speak to someone else, please? And she was like, yeah, sure. Then she told me to sit down again. And then she went and called someone. She was all right. She was nice, a nice lady, yeah? Anyways, and they called a manager down. She said there's several managers. So she called a manager down. And then the woman was like, are you all right? And I was like, yeah, could we go somewhere a bit more private, please? Because it was like a big open plan thing. And I was just like, how can I can't sit here and talk about your staff when they're right there. Like, it was just very awkward. So she took me to a room. And I was like, so are you the manager of the job coaches or the security? Because I'm guessing they might be different. She was like, oh, the security manager, it's a separate company. And I was like, okay, well, could you feed back to them? And she was like, yeah. So I sat there and I said to her, I was like, you know what? I said, what my job that I'm starting in December is to be a disability awareness trainer. And I said, does the staff here get disability awareness training? And she was like, yeah, they do. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know if it needs a refresher or what, but I said, you know, it was very awkward. I had a very awkward like time here today. And I said to her, I surely cannot be the only blind person that these people have come across, so I don't understand why it was so like difficult for them to assist me. I said, nobody asked me what assistance I needed. They all seemed quite panicked. And they just assumed that I couldn't go upstairs. And I feel like, and I said to her, I was like, I know that they weren't trying to be insensitive or malicious or anything like that. I understand that. They was probably trying to be helpful. But when people see us, like blind people, vision impaired people, it's like a sense of panic. Like, oh my God, are they okay? And it's like, I'm fine, or I'm okay. You guys that listen to this podcast know that joy is no innocent wallflower. Okay. So I just don't understand. Like, it was hella awkward. Let's just put it that way. And I said to her, you know, I was like, I just feel like maybe they just need a reminder. Like, it's okay. Ask someone. They should have come up to me and said, hi, my name's blah, blah, blah. how can we assist you today? That's literally it. Then I would have said, oh, could someone guide me to where I need to be? That was it. Like, you know, like, seriously, it was just awkward. And I was like, I sat there and I spoke to the manager, and she was like, oh, I'm really sorry they had that experience. And I said to her, I was like, yeah, like, it's fine. I was like, but, you know, I'm not, like, I've had to come here for the first time. And I was like, I don't know if this is going to be the last time I ever have to come here. But I said, based on this experience, I don't want to come back here ever again. Do you know what I mean? And I said, and the problem is, we have to come here to get our money all. Do you know what I mean? And I said, like, there's going to be other people with different disabilities that may have similar experiences, and they're not going to want to come back. Like, it's so awkward. And why should we feel awkward? Why should we feel like extra special? Like, we're not being seen as humans. Why are we not asked, like, what we need? It's just ridiculous. Like, it's and I don't like to complain, guys, but if there's one place I'm going to complain is here on the podcast, and you know that, so you're here for it. But it was just really awkward, and I just felt really anxious, and I just honestly hated it. I've literally come back and had a cigarette and made a cup of tea because that relaxes me. But yeah, I just can't deal with it. I really can't. And then hey, good luck to me trying to find an Uber on the way home. Oh my God, the way I nearly got hit by a bus. Yeah, I nearly got hit by a bus. Okay, but I'm fine. I'm in one piece. It didn't actually hit me, but it could have very, very nearly hit me. Like, trying to find an Uber, everything was just so different. Like, I honestly, sometimes I just hate my life. Like, sometimes I'm like, do you know what? I'm never leaving the house again. Because it's just the way people treat us. Like, it's terrible. But yeah, and you know what? As I said, like, I left there and I thought to myself, she ain't feeding back to nobody, nothing, bruv. But whether she does or she doesn't, at least I've got it off my chest. I've told someone, you know, I've told a manager at the job centre, they all need disability awareness training. I don't know what training they're getting, but they need more, because this was terrible. Like, why are you panicking? Like, it's not contagious. Don't worry. Do you know what I mean, darling? You can't dodge me. Dodgy. Yeah, it was just very awkward. Ugh, I hope I never have to go there. Oh, and actually, no, he said that. My work coach said to me, you don't have to come here. Like, you don't have to come here again. Like, just work, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, thanks, bye. But yeah, I just wanted to, as I say, talk about it, because I feel like a lot of you that are listening, if you have a visual impairment, you'll be able to definitely relate to this. I know that it's not just me, but I feel like when we share it, then it makes you feel less lonely, because if we don't talk about it, then you might think like, oh my God, like, is it only me that worries about going to new places, etc., etc. So yeah, shout out to us, yeah. No job centres for us, yeah. No job centre. Next time, just call me, innit? It's pointless. We could have done all of that on the phone. Just wanted to see my beautiful face. I don't understand. You know what I mean? Just look on my Instagram. You can see my beautiful face. I don't really get it, but okay. Also, I wanted to talk about posing with McCain. So I remember, like, a few years ago, my ex-dickhead at the time, like, there was one time, it was very awkward. Like, I was taking a picture with my family, and he, like, snatched my cane out of my hand and was like, oh, you don't need that in it. And I remember, like, being like, give me my fucking cane, yeah, first of all. So, like, a lot of the time, actually, on my Instagram, I think majority of my photos, I don't have a cane. And I feel like the reason is, I feel like other people have made me feel like I shouldn't have it in the pictures. But I actually saw, like, last week, I think it was, there was an American visually impaired girl. I think I found her on TikTok, and then I followed her on Instagram, and I can't for the life of me remember her name or her Instagram handle. But she did, like, a really nice, she was wearing a lovely outfit, and she had her cane with her, and she was, like, taking all these photos, and I was like, yes. And I was like, I need to do that more, like, embrace my cane. Like, I love my cane, like, when I go out and stuff, but when I'm taking photos, it's just become habit to, like, give it to someone else or fold it up. But I think it's more because of people's perceptions of it. And I think that's the reason. I think it's subconscious that I don't pose with my cane. So I'm going to try and make a conscious effort to actually pose with my cane in it, because it is like, no, God, I was about to say it's a part of me. Not that it's a part of me, but you know what I mean. Like, it's it's representative. Oh, look at me, the big words. But yeah, so it might sound like not a big deal to some people, but actually I'm thinking to myself, why don't I pose with my cane? Like, why don't I? So I'm going to start. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I've got to say. But man, life is... Sorry guys, there's a really weird noise in my office and it's really freaking me out, but it's okay. We move. Life is life-in. I hope you guys have a fantastic week whenever you end up listening to this episode. I hope you enjoyed it and I love you. Remember to follow your dreams and follow me on Instagram at Joy's World The Podcast. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, follow me. Yeah. Oh, but if I don't like you, don't follow me. Don't do that. But if you think I might like you, then follow me and message me and be nice. Let's be kind to each other. Follow me on Twitter at joyxoxo. Email me if you're a hot guy, joyspodcast@hotmail.com. Okay. I keep getting spam emails like saying that they need... So like, oh, I'm a widow with 2 children and blah, blah, blah. I've inherited... Well, there's like... a stupid amount of money, like 27 million and blah, blah, blah. Leave me alone. I cannot help you. You're lying. You don't have that money. Leave me alone. If you had that money, you wouldn't be emailing me. But if anyone does have that money and they want to email me, get in touch. Remember to stay happy and live your best life always. I love you. Mwah.